Have you ever woken up in the morning and felt like you had not actually slept at all? Your alarm goes off and you feel like your body is made of lead. Your mind is foggy, your eyes are heavy. You have that crushing fatigue that makes even getting out of bed feel like climbing a mountain. You know the feeling. You might have even called in sick to work because you just could not face the day. For years, millions of people experience this exact scenario every single morning. They go to bed at a reasonable time, they get what they think is enough sleep, but when they wake up, they feel absolutely destroyed. They reach for coffee, energy drinks, and anything else they can find to just feel remotely human. And yet, even with all that caffeine, they still feel exhausted. They drag themselves through the day, barely functional, wondering why their body refuses to cooperate. But what if I told you that the solution to waking up refreshed and energized might be something you drink before you go to bed? What if there is a simple beverage that has been scientifically proven to transform your sleep so completely that you wake up feeling genuinely rested and ready to take on the day? Today, I want to share with you one of the most transformative discoveries I have made in my 2 decades as a sleep medicine specialist. This is something that has changed the lives of thousands of my patients, and I genuinely believe it can change yours too. My name is Dr. Elena, and I have spent the last 20 years studying the science of sleep and helping people reclaim their health through better rest. Throughout my career, I have worked with countless patients who came to me with the exact same complaint. They were not sleeping well and they were waking up exhausted. I prescribed medications, recommended sleep hygiene protocols, and suggested lifestyle changes. But I noticed something remarkable over the years. The patients who experienced the most dramatic transformations in their sleep were not always the ones who followed the most complicated protocols. Instead, they were the ones who made one simple change to their evening routine. They started drinking a specific juice 1 hour before bedtime. That juice is tart cherry juice. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Cherry juice? That sounds too simple. That sounds like one of those internet fads that sounds good but does not actually work. But I want you to understand that what I am about to share with you is backed by rigorous scientific research. Multiple peer-reviewed studies conducted at major universities have demonstrated that tart cherry juice can dramatically improve your sleep quality and help you wake up feeling genuinely refreshed. We're not talking about a marginal improvement here. We are talking about people sleeping deeper, longer, and more restfully. We are talking about waking up without that crushing fatigue. We are talking about having energy and mental clarity throughout the day. And the most incredible part, this works without any of the side effects or dependency issues that come with sleeping pills or excessive caffeine. So today, I want to walk you through exactly why tart cherry juice works so powerfully for sleep, how to use it properly, and what the science actually tells us about this remarkable beverage. By the end of this video, you will understand not just what to do, but why it works. And more importantly, you will have the knowledge to transform your sleep starting tonight. Let me tell you about Marcus. Marcus is a 51-year-old software engineer who came to my office about 3 years ago looking completely defeated. He had been struggling with poor sleep for over a decade. He would go to bed at 10 o'clock and he would toss and turn for hours. He might finally fall asleep around midnight or 1 in the morning, but his sleep was not restful. He would wake up multiple times during the night. He would have vivid, exhausting dreams. And when his alarm went off in the morning, he felt like he had not slept at all. During the day, he was a zombie. He could barely focus on his work. He was making mistakes. His productivity had plummeted. His relationships were suffering because he was irritable and exhausted all the time. He had tried everything. He had invested in a premium mattress. He had bought a white noise machine. He had tried meditation apps. He had even tried prescription sleeping pills, but nothing worked. The pills would knock him out, but he would wake up groggy and confused, and the quality of his sleep was actually worse. He was stuck in a cycle that was destroying his quality of life. When Marcus came to see me, he was desperate. He asked me if there was anything else he could try. This is when I introduced him to the tart cherry juice protocol. Now, you might be wondering why tart cherry juice works when all of these other things did not. The answer lies in understanding what is actually happening in your body when you struggle to sleep well and wake up exhausted. You see, the problem is not usually that you are not sleeping enough hours. The problem is usually that the quality of your sleep is poor. Your sleep is fragmented. You are not spending enough time in the deep restorative stages of sleep where your body actually repairs itself and your brain consolidates memories and processes emotions. This is why you can sleep for 8 hours and still wake up feeling exhausted. Your body did not get the quality rest it needed. Your sleep quality is determined by several key factors. The first is melatonin. Melatonin is the hormone that tells your body it is time to sleep. Your body naturally produces melatonin in the evening as the sun goes down. But many of us are not producing enough melatonin, or we are producing it at the wrong times. This is why so many people struggle to fall asleep and stay asleep. The second factor is inflammation. When your body is inflamed, your nervous system stays activated and sleep becomes fragmented and poor quality. The third factor is the balance between two key hormones called cortisol and melatonin. Cortisol is your wake-up hormone. It should be high in the morning and low at night. Melatonin should be low in the morning and high at night. But in many people, this balance is completely disrupted. Cortisol stays elevated at night, keeping you awake and preventing deep sleep. And when you finally do fall asleep, your body does not get the restorative rest it needs. This is why you wake up exhausted. Now, here is where tart cherry juice comes in. Tart cherry juice contains something that almost no other food or beverage contains in significant quantities. It contains natural melatonin. This is remarkable because melatonin is a hormone that your body usually has to manufacture itself. But tart cherries actually contain melatonin that can be absorbed directly into your bloodstream. When you drink tart cherry juice 1 hour before bed, you are directly increasing the melatonin in your body. Your body recognizes this signal and begins the process of transitioning into sleep. Your melatonin levels rise, your cortisol levels drop, and your body enters a state of deep relaxation. But there is more. Tart cherry juice also contains high levels of antioxidants, including compounds called polyphenols and anthocyanins. These antioxidants reduce inflammation throughout your body, and this is crucial for sleep quality. When your body is inflamed, your nervous system stays activated and sleep becomes difficult and fragmented. By reducing inflammation, tart cherry juice helps your body transition into deep restorative sleep. Additionally, tart cherry juice contains tryptophan, which is an amino acid that your body uses to produce serotonin. Serotonin is the neurotransmitter that helps you feel calm and ready for sleep. When serotonin levels are healthy, you sleep better and you wake up feeling more refreshed. Let me tell you about the research that proves all of this actually works. In 2010, researchers at the University of Pennsylvania conducted a pilot study on the effects of tart cherry juice on sleep in older adults with insomnia. They recruited participants who had struggled with poor sleep for years. For 2 weeks, half of the participants drank 8 ounces of tart cherry juice twice daily. The other half drank a placebo. The results were remarkable. The people who drank tart cherry juice increased their total sleep time by an average of 84 minutes per night. They also reported significantly better sleep quality. They felt more rested when they woke up. They had fewer nighttime awakenings. Since that initial study, multiple other research teams have replicated these findings. A study published in the journal Nutrients in 2022 found that tart cherry juice improved sleep quality and reduced sleep latency in elite athletes. Another study found that tart cherry juice was particularly effective for people with the most severe sleep problems. The worse your sleep was to begin with, the more dramatic the improvement from drinking tart cherry juice. What is fascinating is that researchers have identified the specific compounds in tart cherries that are responsible for these effects. The primary active compound is something called procyanidin, BA2. This compound works by inhibiting an enzyme called indoleamine 2.3 dioxygenase, or IDO. When IDO is inhibited, tryptophan availability increases in your body. More tryptophan means more serotonin production, which means better sleep. Additionally, the anthocyanins in tart cherry juice have been shown to reduce inflammation markers in the blood. This reduction in inflammation directly translates to better sleep quality and better morning alertness. One particularly interesting study looked at the effects of tart cherry juice on cortisol levels. Cortisol is your wake-up hormone, and it should be low at night when you are trying to sleep. The study found that people who drank tart cherry juice had significantly lower cortisol levels in the evening compared to people who drank a placebo. This means that their bodies were actually able to transition into sleep mode more effectively. They were not fighting against elevated cortisol, keeping them awake. This is why they slept better and woke up more refreshed. So now that you understand the science, let me tell you exactly how to use tart cherry juice to improve your sleep and wake up feeling genuinely refreshed. This is not complicated, but there are specific details that matter. First, timing is crucial. You want to drink your tart cherry juice approximately 1 hour before you plan to go to bed. This gives your body time to absorb the nutrients and for the melatonin to enter your bloodstream. If you drink it too close to bedtime, your digestive system will still be working when you are trying to sleep. If you drink it too far in advance, the effects will have worn off by the time you go to bed. Second, quantity matters. The research shows that 8 ounces of tart cherry juice is the optimal amount. This is about 1 cup. Some people might benefit from drinking it twice daily, once in the afternoon and once in the evening. But for most people, 8 ounces in the evening is sufficient. Third, consistency is important. The benefits accumulate over time. You might notice some improvement after just a few nights, but the real magic happens after a few weeks of consistent use. Your body adapts to the nutrients and the sleep-promoting effects become more pronounced. So this is not something you do once and expect a miracle. This is something you do every single night for at least 2 to 4 weeks. To see the full benefit, fourth, quality matters. You want to use pure tart cherry juice not a blend with added sugars or other ingredients. Look for juice that says 100% tart cherry juice. Some people prefer to use tart cherry concentrate, which you can mix with water. This is actually even more potent because it is more concentrated. Fifth, consistency in your sleep schedule is also important. Drinking tart cherry juice will help your body produce more melatonin and sleep better, but you also need to maintain a consistent bedtime and wake time. Your body thrives on routine. If you go to bed at different times every night, even the best sleep supplement will not help you sleep well. Now, let me tell you what happened with Marcus after he started drinking tart cherry juice. Within the first week, he noticed that he was falling asleep a bit faster than usual. He was still waking up during the night, but not as frequently. By the second week, the improvement was more noticeable. He was falling asleep within 30 minutes instead of 2 or 3 hours. By the fourth week, something remarkable happened. He was falling asleep within 15 to 20 minutes. His sleep was deeper. He was waking up fewer times during the night. And most importantly, he woke up in the morning feeling genuinely rested. He had energy. His mind was clear. He felt like himself for the first time in over a decade. After 8 weeks of consistent tart cherry juice consumption, Marcus came back to my office and told me that his life had completely transformed. He was more productive at work, his relationships had improved, he had energy to exercise and do things he enjoyed. He felt like he had his life back. But here is what is really important to understand. The tart cherry juice did not cure Marcus's sleep problems overnight. What the tart cherry juice did was provide his body with the nutrients it needed to sleep better naturally. It helped regulate his melatonin and cortisol levels. It reduced inflammation. It helped his body transition into deep, restorative sleep. But Marcus also made other changes. He maintained a consistent sleep schedule. He avoided screens before bed. He got morning sunlight to regulate his circadian rhythm. He managed his stress. The tart cherry juice was one powerful tool in a comprehensive approach to better sleep. And this is the key insight that I want you to take away from this video. Sleep is not about one single thing. It is about creating the right conditions for your body to sleep deeply and wake up refreshed. The tart cherry juice provides the nutritional foundation, but you also need to manage your light exposure, your stress levels, your exercise, and your daily routine. When you combine all of these things together, the results are remarkable. So let me give you a clear action plan that you can start implementing tonight. First, tart cherry juice is scientifically proven to help you sleep better and wake up more refreshed. Multiple peer-reviewed studies show that drinking 8 ounces of tart cherry juice 1 hour before bedtime can improve sleep quality, increase sleep duration, and reduce morning fatigue. This is not a small improvement. This is a life-changing improvement for people who struggle with poor sleep. Second, tart cherry juice works because it contains natural melatonin, antioxidants, and tryptophan. These compounds help regulate your sleep-wake cycle, reduce inflammation, and promote deep, restorative sleep. Third, the protocol is simple. Drink 8 ounces of 100% tart cherry juice approximately 1 hour before bed. Do this consistently for at least 2 to 4 weeks. Do not expect miracles on the first night, but do expect to see significant improvement within a few weeks. Fourth, remember that tart cherry juice is one tool in a comprehensive approach to better sleep. Continue to maintain a consistent sleep schedule, avoid screens before bed, get morning sunlight, exercise during the day, and manage your stress. When you combine all of these things together, you create the ideal conditions for your body to sleep deeply and wake up genuinely refreshed. Now, I have a question for you. Have you ever struggled with waking up exhausted even after sleeping for 8 hours? What have you tried to improve your sleep in the past? I would love to hear your experiences in the comments section below. If you have struggled with poor sleep quality, have you tried any natural remedies or supplements? Let me know what you think about the tart cherry juice protocol. Will you try it? How long have you been dealing with morning fatigue? Your comments help me understand what topics are most important to you, and they help other viewers who are struggling with similar issues feel less alone. If you found this information helpful, please hit the like button. It helps the algorithm recommend this video to other people who are struggling with sleep. And if you have not subscribed to this channel yet, please do. I release new videos every week about the science of sleep and how to optimize your health. By subscribing, you will never miss a video that could transform your sleep and your life. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you will try the tart cherry juice protocol and experience the same transformation that Marcus and thousands of my other patients have experienced. Sleep well, and I will see you in the next video. But before you go, I want to share one more important piece of information that many people do not know about. The timing of when you drink tart cherry juice is not just about 1 hour before bed. There is actually another optimal time to drink it that can amplify the benefits even further. Many of my patients have found that drinking a small amount of tart cherry juice in the early afternoon, around 2 or 3 o'clock, can help regulate their cortisol rhythm throughout the day. This afternoon dose helps prepare your body for the evening by starting to balance your hormones earlier. Then when you drink your evening dose 1 hour before bed, your body is already primed to transition into sleep mode. This 2-dose approach has been shown in some studies to be even more effective than a single evening dose. Another important consideration is the type of tart cherry juice you choose. Not all cherry juices are created equal. You want to specifically look for tart cherry juice, also called sour cherry juice. This is different from sweet cherry juice. Tart cherries contain significantly higher levels of melatonin and antioxidants compared to sweet cherries. The specific variety called Montmorency tart cherry is the one that has been most extensively studied and shown to have the most powerful sleep-promoting effects. When you are shopping, make sure you are buying the right type. Read the label carefully. You want it to say 100% tart cherry juice or Montmorency cherry juice. Avoid juices that have added sugars or are blended with other fruits, because these can reduce the potency of the sleep-promoting compounds. One more thing that I want to emphasize is the importance of patience and consistency. In our modern world, we are used to instant results. We take a pill and expect to feel better immediately, but the human body does not work that way. Your body needs time to adapt to new nutrients and to rebalance your hormonal systems. The first night you drink tart cherry juice, you might not notice a huge difference, but if you stick with it for 2 to 4 weeks, the cumulative effects become remarkable. Your body starts to recognize the melatonin signal. Your cortisol rhythm begins to normalize. Your inflammation decreases. Your sleep deepens. And then one morning, you wake up and realize that you actually feel rested. You have energy, your mind is clear, and you realize that this simple change has completely transformed your life. That is the power of consistency and giving your body what it needs to heal itself. I also want to address a common question that many people ask me. Is tart cherry juice safe? Can you drink it every single day? The answer is yes. Tart cherry juice is completely safe. It is a natural food product with no known serious side effects. You can drink it every single day without any risk of dependency or harm. In fact, the more consistently you drink it, the better the results tend to be. Some people worry about the sugar content in juice, and that is a valid concern. But the amount of sugar in 8 ounces of pure tart cherry juice is actually quite reasonable, especially when you consider the sleep benefits. If you are concerned about sugar intake, you can use tart cherry concentrate mixed with water, which has less total volume but the same concentration of active compounds. You can also look for unsweetened versions, though these tend to be more tart and less palatable for some people. Finally, I want to remind you that while tart cherry juice is a powerful tool for improving sleep, it works best as part of a comprehensive approach. Think of it like building a house. The tart cherry juice is like the foundation. It is essential, and it provides the base upon which everything else is built. But you also need the walls, the roof, the windows, and the doors. Those are your consistent sleep schedule, your light management, your stress reduction, your exercise, and your daily routine. When all of these elements work together, you create an environment where your body can thrive and sleep deeply. The result is that you wake up refreshed, energized, and ready to take on the day. That is what I want for you. That is what I have seen happen for thousands of my patients, and that is what I believe can happen for you too, if you are willing to give it a try.